Not today, pal. Not today.
What are you saying?
So I maybe one of you guys can look it up specifically so I don't butcher it. But apparently there's like 2 specific ages where aging is like rapid or very clear. Like you feel the signs of aging. And one of the years is 44, which I'm about to enter into my 44th year. And I have been feeling like things are moving along at a pace that I'm not comfortable with.
And how does that show itself?
Like skin under my chin that like, you know, when you look to the side and you're like, okay, you can laugh at me, but like, it's like a fucking thing.
I believe
and like,
you.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
And like, I don't know, you just feel a little older. Like I cannot stay awake past 9 o'clock unless I have like a coffee at 5 p.m. Like I'm old.
Ever since I got my results back from Waste Well, I feel younger by the day.
Tell me about oh yeah, we should talk about that.
They're like, you're fucking great, bud.
It's not going to be a shock.
No, it's just great.
Robbie's
just like,
Robbie's TR is through the roof.
high T. Is it TR?
What's the code name
No,
for
TR
testosterone?
is testosterone replacement.
The little TT shot. The little T shot.
High T.
You don't need it.
Thank God. Yeah.
Robbie doesn't need it.
I didn't want to have to take a shot every week for the rest of my fucking life.
I could not imagine you with more testosterone.
See, I don't even feel like I have.
This guy, on
You
the other
good?
hand,
You good, Cut?
that guy,
All
on the
right.
other hand, needs a load of it.
Listen, we went out. Well, he is. He's taking some now.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, but he
I've
doesn't.
noticed a difference.
He doesn't.
The red light is on every night, asking for it.
Really?
Yeah.
So he Okay. So wait. But when you said he needs a lot, what did you notice that he was
I'm
lacking?
just kidding. I'm kidding, but there was some blood work done where he could have said he could use it. You know, I really wonder for especially like athletes, right? So Cutter was like a professional athlete for so much of his life. He spent so much of his time like training and working out. And as soon as he stopped playing, I know a lot of athletes do this, like they just stop. Like he didn't want to work out anymore for like 8 years. He barely did anything physical.
I know.
And his body hurts, and he's only 35. So,
well, you know what's
and I wonder if that
really-
like makes your testosterone go down because you're not like, I don't know,
It
using
does.
your body.
I think it does, but and there's certain workouts that can make your testosterone go up. But I also think that, like I think Huberman talks about this, where you would think that the more you work out, the more your body feels like whack. But once you're working out, when you stop working out is when the inflammation
Spikes.
yeah, is when it comes up. So it's
Yeah.
like, and I feel that like if I go to the gym 5 days in a row, I feel great on day 6. But if I don't go to the gym for 2 days, like going that next day is like, oof, like I just feel like getting out of bed's a little harder. Everything's
Yeah.
kind of a little,
Getting old sucks.
yeah, getting old sucks. So now he was on T for a little bit, went off, but now he's doing, what are those called?
I don't know. You would know more than me.
What are those things called that everybody's doing now?
Pellets? No.
Peptides. Yeah.
Peptides.
Are you boys?
I feel like people are now like shadily calling like Ozempic like a peptide. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah. I just feel like where have peptides been? All of a sudden now like peptides exist? Like somebody invented them? Where have peptides
I
been?
mean, there'll be one sponsor in this show in 3 months, so
Give me
don't
the
shit
peptides.
talk.
I'll take the peptides.
Yeah, we're gonna be promoting peptides
I'm not
soon.
shit talking peptides.
Promo
I
code
just
not
want to know where
today.
they came
Peptides.
from.
Yeah, well, the reason why
I'll do a shot of peptides on air.
the reason why Cutter said that he wanted to do peptides and not testosterone is he said that all the testosterone comes from China. That's what he told me.
Shady.
Yeah, and he's worried that China one day is just gonna cut off all the testosterone, and there's gonna be a bunch of low T guys running
Because
around.
of the tariffs?
Yeah, there's tariffs on tea.
God, if
Double
I hear
T.
the word tariff again.
Yeah. Oh, we should probably tell people where we are. Which, when we talk, I'm clearly getting old. I just turned 40 for everyone who knows. But like,
Happy birthday, Ravi.
I'm just like my fucking grandpa now, where like Zolo calls me and he's like, "Oh, there's a house if you want to do a podcast out of the house." I'm like, "What's this house?" And he's like, "Well, you know, it's like a Poroso's house, and they're doing it for like South by." And I'm like, "What? They're buying a house?" And he's like, no, they're like renting a house. I'm like, who rents a house? They're gonna sleep in there? And he's like, no, they're not sleeping. And I'm my grandpa. Like my grandpa just doesn't get something you tell him.
20-year-old Rob would have been like, fuck yeah,
Let's
go.
go. Speaking of 20-year-old Rob, I just went in the bathroom and there were 2 mini Porosos empty vodka bottles. Are one of you guys drinking on the job?
What is
How do we know? Oh, they don't have little vodka bottles?
Non-alcoholic,
Oh, damn. I got
natural
so
lemon
excited
lime.
thinking
That's
one of you guys
cool.
is drunk right now.
That's really smart to do. So it's like you take a shot of this and then you take a shot of this? Or is this for like the morning?
Yeah, whenever you need it, it's there for you.
Talk about old. I can't read this.
So-
but there's...
How would you describe this house, Jamie? Because I'm still confused. By the way, we went to an award show. I saw Heather, and I go, "What's going on with this house?" I'm just like my grandpa. I'm like, "Tell me about this house." I just don't get stuff.
We need to talk about the award show after too.
Yes.
But so we are in the middle of South by Southwest, which is a huge
I don't even get what that
festival
is, to be
here
honest.
in Austin. They do every year. So I had a film here at South by Southwest like 15, 16 years ago, and it was nothing like it is now. It was way more music and tech back then, and like a couple little indie film premieres. Now you have like huge movie premieres. There's like a lot of music artists. They have like award things that we were a part. We got to be presenters at on the iHeart Podcast Awards. It's just a big, fun 2 weeks. It's caused a lot of traffic. But this is like a house for South by, sponsored by this. Okay. And then
By Porosos.
By Porosos. And it's called the Vibe House. Apparently last night it was a real vibe when we missed, where it was like a rager and got kind of shut down by the city because we're in a very residential area. But this is like what typical Austin houses look like. You know, they're kind of craftsmen, they're cool, but like when you get inside like the gate, it's like your own little oasis. So this is definitely some cool vibes. They were apparently doing tattoos yesterday. You can get a massage, you can get tacos, like all the fun things about Austin in a little house. And
then
they asked us to be here.
And then Zolo was like, "Oh, we're gonna get more people to like fill it up back there." I'm like, "Can we get less people?
Yeah.
Can we kick these people out? I want it to be just us."
Yeah, there's our friends.
Yeah.
Look how many friends we have.
I can't.
Well, no, this is very representative.
This is the most people
we
I've
don't
seen
like
in 3
anyone.
years. Yeah. I haven't been around this many people in years.
Yeah.
It's wild. No, well, speaking about being around a lot of people, we did that award show.
We did.
What do you
Robbie and I
wanna-
did a carpet together.
I think that was the first time we ever presented something, right?
Yeah.
Like an
Yeah.
award? Is
Yeah.
it?
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely in like 20 years.
Yes, it's been a long time. Robbie and I presented. Oh, they can hear us out there. Good to know.
Oh, good. Hey, everyone, you're going to have to go. Of course, they don't listen to me just like everyone else.
Robbie and I were asked to present Best Science Podcast.
All right. Well, and it wasn't even Best Science Podcast. It was just Best Science.
Science.
Yeah. All right. We're game.
Cutter came. Heather came. It's a little nightly field trip for us.
Alan came, which is a story for off the pod.
That's right. Can't wait to tell you that one. He was. He was rattled.
He looked like the Terminator when he showed up, and he was.
Rob said he was walking down the middle of the street on a mission.
Yeah, he was on a mission, and we're like, what we got to do a red carpet and present, and like he was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Like we're like, he's like the cops showed up. I was like, dude, I don't know.
But there were people that like stopped there were people that stopped the two of us that were like, we're fed clips of your podcast all the time. We love it, which was just super cool.
And then people
to
thought I
hear.
was Elliot Page because of my new haircut. See? Everyone's like, Elliot, over here. I'm like, I'm not Elliot Page.
And I was the new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it was a good time. I don't know what else to say about it.
No, it was fun. We got to present. That was. Oh, well, you know what's funny is, so they give you an award to hand to the winner. And then, like, the person who won was so excited and holding this award, and we walked back with her, and then the person is like, "You're going to have to give that back to us. We only have
it's like
one."
fake. They'll like send you one later.
Right. So so then they had the award up there. They keep the award, but then somebody after us who like got nominated and won, I guess they sent someone to accept it, and that person went right up the stairs and was like, "I want to accept this award for blah blah blah," and like, "Thank you," and just walked off the stage with the award, not knowing she was supposed to go through because she wasn't like somebody who they would be like, oh, come in the back and do press or whatever you're supposed to do. So she just walked off with the award. I don't know what happened, but
I think it just felt exciting to us in the moment.
Yeah,
It
we
probably
were
sounds
like,
not a big deal. But
yeah.
we were like,
But when
"Oh,
you're in an award
she
show
took
and they
the
have
only award.
and when you got back on the award, there was a guy. When you give back the award, there was a guy sitting there with like white gloves and a towel, and he's like, "I have to take that from you. I'm sorry." And then he like wipes down the award for the next person.
Yeah.
But this woman just came up and walked off with it. It was the most exciting. Here's something I do got to say. There's a change going on, and it's this award show. It's Love is Blind in the weddings. They're doing couches now in award shows,
Loved
in
it.
wedding ceremony, like in the ceremony part of a wedding. Normally, when you're sitting in like a little white like whack chair, they have couches. It's a game changer.
Yeah, you were.
You put
were
me in a
very
couch,
passionate
I'm a
about
lot
that.
less angry and like
Than a
upset
folding
about.
chair?
Yeah, when I'm at something I don't want to be at, and you put me in like a whack chair, it's even
Well,
more of a problem.
Cutter and I went to an event I told you a couple of nights ago, and he got up 8 times because his back hurt.
That's what I'm saying. We're getting old. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing the peptides, so I need a couch. Yeah.
Well, they're not working.
Yeah. So, what have you done at South by Southwest?
Nothing. I did that, and that's it.
Well, what I wanted to get to is you told me that you did go to an event where Cutter was trying to drag you away from a crying woman.
Well, in his defense, he wasn't quite sure, but Cutter, as you can imagine, has his limits at things.
Yeah,
And
usually about 5 to 10 minutes.
there was a photo published of us at the event, which I will give to you to put up, but you can clearly see Cutter's pain of being in a crowd of people and with people. And I can tell you this photo is 2 minutes after we got there. So you can imagine this event lasted 5 hours. Anyone who does a 5-hour event just needs to figure out their shit. But he ran out to get the valet. And as I was leaving, there was a woman so sweet who stopped me, who was crying. She was diagnosed with MS 10 years ago, and she wanted to tell me what it meant to me. And he was coming up being like, let's fucking go. And this woman's like crying to me, and he's yelling at me, and he just doesn't care.
No, he doesn't want to hear your story.
No. So I
Whoever
told
you
him
are.
he's not allowed to come to events with me anymore. Like same way he's not allowed to come on the pod anymore.
Yeah, and here he is. He always makes it. He's right there. You know what's weird about Cutter like really wanting to leave places is normally when he's at a place, he's sitting there on a phone with a Zin in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then when he gets home, after dying to get home, he's just sitting there on his phone with a Zin in his mouth.
It's always the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a big,
He might have a
isn't-
few Zins in there right now.
Yeah, his environment doesn't really change what he's doing. So on Two Bears, One Cave, speaking of houses, we're in a nice house. Bert said that as soon as someone sends them their address to go to his house, he immediately looks it up on Zillow.
To see like how much it is?
Exactly.
Or because he wants to like
No,
to
he
see how much it is.
just to see how much it is. Do you do that, or do you know anyone else who does that?
I've never thought to do that.
Cutter's shaking his head. Yes. Oh no, that was a tree.
Oh.
There's like right where Cutter's face is, there was like a leaf going back, and I thought he was saying yes.
No, I've never thought to do that.
And now this is
It feels kind of rude.
it's rude for sure. That's why we're bringing it up. But the whole point of why it's what he does is even crazier. Now he says, I know for a fact whenever I send anyone my address, they just Zillow me. He's like, so now when people ask for my address, I just send them my Zillow link to my house.
Cutter said that?
No.
Oh.
Bert.
Bert said
Oh,
that.
did I say
Oh.
Cutter? Sorry.
I thought you
Bert.
said, oh.
Yeah, no, Bert said that.
Well, okay.
That's if somebody's like, "Hey, where do you live?" and you're like, "Here, 6.5 million."
Check out my bedroom and my bathroom while you're
yeah,
at it.
I'd be like, "That's fucking that." And again, but I didn't know if
But
that's.
I'm wondering if I sent. So we bought our house like 5 years ago, right? So
They better be updating. You're saying.
yeah, but what are they getting? Like an old, outdated listing?
Maybe Zillow will. What does Zillow do? Does Zillow tell you
Does
like
Zillow,
what it's
like,
worth now?
Estimate what it's worth now, but do they know the improvements?
Square
that I put in
footage
the
and
house?
selling around.
A lot of them. Yeah,
How would they know?
square footage,
How is
yeah.
that public knowledge?
I don't think it's the current price. I think it's what it was sold for last.
The last
It
sell.
has current valuation for sure. I mean, maybe not all of them are up to date.
Yeah.
That's like
They know what.
to track the prices.
They know what houses in your area by square footage are sold by, like roughly. It's
And
probably
a
an
lot of
estimate.
People like who are selling their house will
Right.
That's a lot of info.
Well, that just. I don't have the time
But
to do that.
like for me, growing up in New York City, as soon as somebody's house is more than 3 rooms, it's the same to me as when it's like a 100-room mansion. Like I'm just like, wow, you're doing really great. Like you're doing
Here's
really
what I
well.
will say. Like, I love to see how people live. Like, anytime I go to someone's house and they're like, want a tour? I'm like, yes. Like, I want to see every inch. Maybe it's just the actor in me. Like, I just want to see how people live. I want to see what their room looks like. I just love getting a vibe. I think a house is an opportunity to express yourself. Even your apartment is a very clear expression of you.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
like
a couch.
there's a bed, there's a
TV.
spoon, there's a fork, there's a bowl, there's a TV. It's not a lot of color, a lot of hats. Like
Lot
it's
of hats.
Like, and my room is, and my house, what do you think my house says about me? How does my house represent me?
Well, it's very cozy, but my favorite thing about your house back in the day, so like I went
My
to
LA house?
your LA house, and then even the one before that in LA, like I remember being like, oh, it feels so cozy. Like you could just plop down anywhere. And you told me you were like the person who designed my house. I told them I wanted to feel like you could put your feet up anywhere.
Yeah.
In my house.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what it feels like.
Oh,
Like
good.
you went into your place and there's just like blankets everywhere and you could just kind of like every spot.
Cozy
like,
up
there's
everywhere.
no wax. Like sometimes in people's homes, if somebody's sitting in a spot, I'm like, oh.
It feels
like,
precious.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're in the good spot. Where like
Right.
in where you live, there's so many good spots. In my apartment, you're lucky if there's one good spot. I don't even think there's a good spot. I haven't found it.
Your couch is cozy.
It's a little too like deep and it's not great. The pillows aren't
You need
good.
a new couch?
I might need a new couch, but the problem is it barely fit in the door. It was like a big problem. It got all scratched up getting it in. Did I ever tell you when they moved in my couch? It was a man and a woman showed up, and like when the guy
Like a strong woman?
no, and the guy was like, "Hey, I need your help. I can't move this couch. Like she can't lift it." So the moving company, like it was from the furniture. It wasn't like I hired a moving company. It was like from the furniture store.
Yeah.
And it was a guy and a woman, and the woman was like, "Yeah, I can't lift it." So I had to go downstairs and lift it, and it was fucking. It was
You had to
heavy.
go down to the lobby and help them? It's
I had
not
to
like
help
just
them. No, I had to help them with the thing. Yeah. And I was like,
And
"This
still
is
pay them?
wild." I think it was all part of like
the delivery
I forget
fee.
if when I got it.
I'm sure you paid a delivery fee.
I'm the type of guy who like I walked into a furniture store and I looked at a couch and I was like, that one, give it. I have to get out of here right now.
No wonder you were so good at helping me move my furniture for my Facebook Marketplace sales.
Yeah, Jamie has random guys showing up on me and Cutter trying to watch football to buy a desk.
I'm a hustler. What can
What
I
was
say?
it? No, it is not a desk. What's that called?
It was a dresser?
No, it was like a thing you put a TV on, wasn't it?
An
What is that?
entertainment center?
Yeah, I guess some kind of entertainment center. Yeah,
There
yeah.
it is. A console.
Here I don't know if this was just because I was in Whole Foods, but I saw like a magazine that was like, ADHD and what we could do, and I'm like, oh, that's it. And I looked at the magazine, $15.99 for a magazine. And I was like, oh, that's just because like it's some special magazine. Looked at every other one around it, $15.99. I'm like, are magazines? Did I go to sleep for 20 years and magazines are $15 now?
I'm in shock.
Zillow saying yes?
And so, I mean, no one buys them. So they need
Right. Everyone goes online.
This is gonna be the oldest thing I've ever said. When we were younger, magazines were like $2.99,
The
right?
title of this episode is I'm old.
Yeah.
Because it's all- yeah, $2.99, $3.99, maybe $4.99.
I don't even remember $4.99. I remember like
That's wild. $15.99?
it was $15. I remember when we used to go to airports. Like your
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
was like
yeah.
I'm buying 20.
I would buy
gossip
every magazine.
magazines, and I was like, I've never even seen one of these in person. Like they're in the store is the only.
I
I've never
literally
seen them
would
out of
get
a store.
all of them.
Yeah, and you would just be on the plane for 5 hours from New York to LA, just going. You'd be like, oh my god, did you hear this?
Well, because there was no, it's like where you got your like
There was
celebrity
nothing then.
news.
But
Yeah.
also, like, you couldn't sit on your phone for it. You were just like,
Totally.
I got, yeah.
God, wow.
We're
We had a
fucking-
lot of time.
We're old. I'm sure this was the same vibe as yesterday, right? The big party. People just sat in here talking about how old they are in magazines.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this
they knew we
crowd
were coming
fits.
and nobody showed up.
Wow. Every time I look over, Cutter's doing something different.
What's he doing now?
He was on his laptop. Now he's eating nachos, I think. Way to go, bud.
Good for him.
I love it. He's the most unhealthy guy who loves to give me advice on how to be healthy. And then my scores come back perfect and his don't, and he tells me how to be better.
Yep, that's him.
I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but What do you think your most frequent purchases on Amazon would be? Like if it was like, oh, here's your top 5 things you buy.
Like consistently?
Yeah, what do you buy the most?
Paper towels.
Paper towels, okay.
Tissues.
The environmental people are going to be very upset at you for that right now.
Tissues.
Tissues. Wow, you guys need a lot of tissues. Oh, because of
Jack.
Jack's runny nose. Oh, yeah, he has a 24/7
Booger on the bus.
runny
Yeah,
nose.
always
Awesome.
the buggers.
Solid.
What else do I order on Amazon a lot? Light bulbs. Like, like I get the things that you're
bulbs. See,
like
that's when
in
you
the
have a big
moment you
house.
know you need. Do you know what I mean? That you're like, I don't want to go to Target or Lowe's or Home Depot. Just like, then you make your list, like batteries, light bulbs.
That's when you have a big house, because when you have an apartment like me, you buy 1 6-pack of light bulbs, you're good for life.
You're good for a long time.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the last time.
Well,
I
I'm
had
also
a
just thinking
light
of things I
bulb shortage.
most recently ordered.
Yeah,
But Cutter's more our Amazon guy than I am.
Oh,
Like he orders probably 3 to 4 things on Amazon a day.
yeah. Well, yeah. What about you boys? What's your most frequent Amazon purchases?
The one thing I have a subscription for is energy drinks.
Really?
Celsius.
Oh,
None of them send the cases. That's my one Amazon.
that's disgusting.
Cat food.
Cat food.
Cat litter. Yeah. I like getting sweats.
Sweatpants?
Sweatpants?
Oh, hell yeah.
Good deals on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, I like that. Any?
I don't think I have like one that I buy a lot of. If I buy something frequently, I buy it in crazy bulk, so I don't ever have to buy it again.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
You're like
Yeah.
like a Costco type purchase.
Like kind of, except I'll just do it on Amazon. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just buy like 67 fucking tubes of toothpaste.
That's the
Right.
one I was just gonna say. I have a drawer in my bathroom. You open it, and there's 40 things of toothpaste. And people
Yeah,
are like, "You're
we-
crazy for this." I'm like, "Why? I don't have to think about it."
We have the packs of toothbrushes. Like the, 6 or 8 packs of toothbrushes for
That's
sure.
nice, because you when somebody comes over, you're a very thoughtful host. Also,
Oh, thank
like when
you.
people come over and you're like, "I want to help you with this."
Well, I'm bored.
You gave me the only thing I require, which is a water jug, like
I
twice
knew.
the size of that. And you were like, "This one,
In
one
glass.
of these." I think it was
In a-
plastic.
Nope.
Yeah,
Glass.
It was plastic.
No.
I know, but remember it was marked with the times. It was like a purple plastic bottle.
Oh, I gave you
Here we are.
Oh, yes. That was kind of like a joke for you of how much water. But normally I put like those Mountain Valley waters, like a liter for somebody.
and
but
you were
you
like-
require more.
You gave it. You require more. You gave it to me, and you were like, "Oh, this should last you 2 days," and it was barely lasting.
Barely
the
a
morning.
day, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
chugging through that water, kid.
So hydrated.
Okay, so for Christmas, you know what I want to ask you? If you were a comedian, is that how you would hold the mic? How would you hold the mic?
Well, I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
So, see if I was. I'd probably play with the wire a lot.
Of course
like I
you
would
have
do
to.
that. I would
Yeah.
keep switching hands. How would you?
I don't know. Yeah, I think this just feels natural. But when I was in a band and I was the
What?
singer,
We
this is how I-
need to talk about.
this is how I held the mic.
Okay, back up now. Tell me about your band.
I would wrap my hand. I would wrap my hand around this. It's not a good length for it, but I would wrap the wire around this like so many times.
All right, talk about your band. I don't care about how you hold the mic.
Yeah, like this. This is how I would hold it, and it would get me like
When you were a
amped
lead
up.
singer?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What is
Yeah.
going on? Tell
we
me
were
more.
we were a death metal band. Yeah.
Do we have video?
No.
Come on.
We
There's
only,
footage
we
somewhere.
only did one show ever, and we had one person took video and nobody could find it. I would love to find it.
What were the songs you
It
performed?
was one of the best days of my life, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. What were the songs we performed? It was like it was crazy. It was just a lot of,
Original
like,
music?
Yeah.
Who was in the band?
So two of my best friends, and then this other kid who we met because he was a really good guitar player,
And you sang.
and I sang. And you know what's crazy? We went.
Well,
like,
how old were you?
15-ish.
Wait, so I knew you like.
Oh
I'm so
yeah,
upset.
you definitely
Why
knew
wasn't I
back
invited?
then. You knew our band name was Life Threat. Yeah,
Who named it?
our friend Albon. Yeah, and Rex played
Why
the bass.
didn't you
Shout
invite
out,
me?
Jamie. You would not have fit in
I don't care.
this crowd. No, So what?
I would have done whatever makeover I needed to do on myself to fit in. You know that.
So the way it started was, it got to a point where like when it's in the winter and you're trying to hang out and get drunk and smoke weed and stuff, sometimes the park would get so cold that it was like, oh, if everybody puts in $5, we could rent this like music studio space and we can get fucked up in there.
I do remember you having stories of you in a music studio space.
Always. We would
I
go,
didn't realize you did a live show.
Well, we would go like once a week, and then my friend started playing the drums because there was a drums in there. And then our other friend was like, I play guitar, I'll bring a guitar. And he started playing. And then Rex started playing bass, and I started singing. And then we rehearsed every week for like a year and a half, just like getting fucked up. And then we're like, let's go do a show. We went and performed at like a bar in Queens. And then that day, so then like 50 of us got back on the train after, and it was one of the best nights ever. And then we never rehearsed again. That was it.
That's a great premise for a movie.
Yeah, we just like we never said it. It was just kind of agreed upon. Like, I think we're done. Yeah.
I respect. That's so.
It was
you.
fucking. It was
That
one of the
is
greatest.
So you.
Yeah.
That is so you.
Yeah, and it was.
I
it was
did it.
Awesome.
I'm good.
Yeah, my dad. We could ask my dad. You know what? Let's call my
It's
dad
time to
real
call
quick.
your dad. We haven't called him in a while.
I think we should call my dad real quick. I don't know if he'll pick up. It's a fucking Thursday. Yeah, I don't know. But my
2:45?
dad showed up to surprise me
Oh.
at the show. I don't even know how. We didn't tell any fucking adults like where it was. It was crazy. I don't know how my dad figured it out.
What did you wear? Do you remember?
Oh, who knows? I didn't
Did you have
even
makeup
put-
on, like a black eyeliner?
Makeup?
You know, I don't know.
No, we were a
Isn't
straight
that what
band.
one wears in a band like that?
No. Did I wear makeup? That's a crazy question. Only when I worked with you did I wear makeup. Let's see if Dad picks up.
Yo, what up?
Yo, you're on the podcast.
What?
Can you hear him? Can we hear him on the mic? Yo, so Jamie just found out that I had a show with a band, and she wanted to know what it was like, and I'm like, I can't tell you what it was like because it was the greatest night of my life. What was it like as a person who just showed up?
Oh, you want me to be honest or?
Yes.
Please. Oh, I know it was. Yeah, please.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was like speed rock, and you were like, the fuck? Yeah, it was
The best.
it was something.
It was awesome. And was that
Yeah,
you what?
you having a good time. You look like you're having fun. Yeah.
Was that the first time you ever saw me drinking?
Maybe.
All right. Yeah, we were all getting
Yeah.
drunk. We were drinking. Our friend drove us in a minivan, and we were drinking 40s on the way there. And then when we got there, they were giving us like beers on stage, and we were just getting absolutely fucking hammered.
Wow.
But yeah, well, but everybody was having a good time, right? Besides you.
Oh yeah, I was having a good time still, but it was. The music was wild. It was different. I didn't know what. I thought you were gonna sing like Barry Manilow tunes. I didn't know. I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
sing something chill.
All right, just wanted
Yeah, that
to
was a
check
good
in. Give an update. How you doing? Give the podcast an
you
update.
missed, Jamie, you missed it, Jamie. You missed a good one.
I'm still devastated. I wasn't invited. I'm really upset about that.
So Jamie said she wished I would have told her. I said she wouldn't have fit in.
She wouldn't have came. No.
Yeah, she said she would have done whatever she had to do to fit in there.
Yeah, that's a lot. It was a little dive shithole in Queens. It was kind of a nasty place.
And it just smelled like weed, right?
Oh yeah, it was a good spot.
Good times. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Good times. Yeah, listen, one of the best days of my life. Did it suck? Sure. But it was, for me, it was the
That's
best.
so cool.
Um,
Does anyone have any footage of it out there, please?
no one's gonna have. I wish. The best would be if somebody had footage. See, this is what life. These guys don't really understand. I don't think what life was like before.
Pre-phones.
Everyone had a camera and could record everything. You could just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You want to be in a band, and in your head it was great, but it really sucked. Sure, no one's gonna show me.
No one will
proof.
remember that your memory is all anyone's got.
Yeah, for me it was great. My dad's just an old guy.
Yeah.
He didn't, he couldn't appreciate
But
it.
it was a clear memory for him. He didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
to like go back in the files there. It was right up there.
One of the few clear memories
Yeah.
my dad has, I think. My brother for Christmas, I think he got it for his girlfriend, or she got, I don't know, but they got the Ninja ice cream maker.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen it?
I've heard of it.
Incredible.
Legit?
Well, you could just make whatever you want. Like you can
Meaning like any flavor?
any flavor. You could do fucking yogurt. You could do healthy, like however you.
So how do you do it?
Well, they're doing their thing. My question for you was, if you were gonna make your own ice cream, what's
I
going
don't
in
like
there?
ice cream.
What?
It's just not what I want when I want something sweet.
What don't you like about ice cream? Who
I
doesn't
don't
like
know.
ice cream?
It's
Wow.
just like, I think I like to eat things fast. Like I'm such a fast eater, and ice cream is just not something you can eat fast. I like frozen yogurt. So I guess I could say I like soft serve ice cream when I can like completely put toppings everywhere.
First thing I want to say about people who put toppings on these frozen yogurt things, anybody who puts gummy stuff on ice cream is...
no gummies.
What are you doing?
I do every time. I do Heath Bar and
Heath Bar,
strawberries.
great. Yeah, or people who put like Skittles and gummy bears
My
and
kids
ice cream.
do that
and
though
this.
because it's the only time they get that shit.
Well, yeah, when you're 7, you could do dumb shit.
Yeah.
When I see like a 40-year-old person putting gummy bears in their ice cream, I want them to not be allowed to eat.
You can judge that. You can judge that person. I get it.
Yeah, it's all. What are you doing? Like gummy with ice cream? Oh my god.
Well, back in the
That's so
day,
stupid.
back in the day when I was a kid, like my dad would take us to Baskin Robbins like once, like every Sunday night, and I would always get rainbow sherbet. Like I was like very fruity, very tangy, soury. But now if I have to get ice cream, it's just like straight up like vanilla with cookies in it.
Okay, so if you were gonna make a healthy frozen yogurt at your thing, you're just throwing regular chocolate
Vanillas
chip cookies.
and cookies in it. Yeah.
What cookies are we going with?
Probably like the only cookies I have in my house are Tate's.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah.
But the problem with Tate's is I think they would crumble to be they would just be dust.
But maybe that's good because it like disperses itself
cookie
more
dust?
into the
Oh, that could be the new cookie
cookie
dough.
dust.
Cookie
That's
dust
the
ice
name
cream.
of an ice cream, cookie dust.
I think we got something here. Next year, South by Southwest, the Cookie Dust House. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can go with that.
Yeah.
What would be your ice cream?
I love Kit Kats. Big Kit Kat guy. Heath bars are good too, but I'd probably go with like a
You'll never let yourself for the rest of your life have a Kit Kat or a Heath Bar?
no,
Ever?
Ever
Like
again.
even if you're like an
Dead.
80-year-old.
dead to me. Hershey's, you dead.
I'm so
This message
sad
is for you, Hershey's.
That's so sad.
You're dead. I have a
Not
very
ever?
specific set of skills. I cannot eat chocolate. That's about it. That's all I can do.
Really?
Yeah, I'm done because I can go and get like a brand that doesn't put like poison in their fucking like a high fructose corn
What if
syrup.
RFK like does his thing and like they take out all of the
So
and
would
it
I
gets
eat
to be a
Hershey's in
simpler-
Europe? No. That's basically what you're saying, right? They take out all
Right,
the
right,
junk
right,
in
right,
other
right,
countries and
right.
shit, right? Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Should we take a little gander and see what's going on back
You
here?
just missed some two girls walk by.
place
so
is
you
bumping.
Just,
Two
is that-
what?
Did you feel that? The two beautiful women just walked
Maybe
by.
that's
So
why
maybe that's why
maybe
you
the old me.
I actually
felt a little
I actually
tingle.
was shocked that you didn't stop mid sentence and turn around.
I'm a fucking professional.
That shows
Tim.
how old you are. Your reaction is so delayed
Right.
now.
What are
You
these
missed the
girls
women.
doing here? Why are there girls in the house?
They're definitely not the girls showing up on your dating apps, that's for sure. Rob
Yeah.
sends me some photos of the women that pop up on his app.
It's just crazy how like, and people
Not to
talk
be
about,
mean, but like, whoa.
and here's the thing, right? Making somebody for being ugly is
It's not ugly. It's
that's
not
not
about
what we're trying
them
to
being
do
ugly.
here. What
It
we're
has-
trying
no.
to do here is
It's the fucking choice of the photo and like what is in the photo is fucking wild.
the faces you make in
yeah,
the photos.
like there's one where this woman looks like she's like staring at death's door.
Yeah.
With like crazy eyeliner and like fuzzy, and she's like,
That's a weird
I'm
thing.
like, that's your profile
One out of every 20 girls on a dating app has like fuzzy photos, and you're like,
"What you
why?
hiding, bear boo?"
Yeah, it's like, was
Yeah.
somebody moving when they took this picture of you? Like, I don't understand. Somebody on a
Were
bus?
they at the Poroso's house when they took this?
Yeah, I don't understand how like it's 2025 and you can't get a clear photo of yourself.
You know, say
If your first photo on a dating app is fuzzy, you got
I don't know
get
if
your
I'm,
life in
like-
order. Get off the dating app and get yourself in order.
I don't
and then
know,
come back.
I don't know if I'm happy or sad that I missed the whole dating app era. Like
It's
dating
whack.
apps started right after I met Cutter. And when I say right after, like a month. So I was fully single like when they were kind of coming. Like I don't know if I wish I got like a chance to experience that or not. I don't know. Oh, yeah, here
Let
they are.
me-
Here she is.
Let me tell you a little secret about hot chicks. They don't use dating apps because they just have Instagram and there's so many guys in their inboxes all the time that they don't even have time to be like, let me set up a profile, because there's a million guys whenever they want that they could just be like, oh, here's a handsome guy, and here they don't have to look at a curated.
Yeah, but to me, I guess if back in the day, if like a guy's DMing me because he thinks I'm hot, like that's not like, I don't know if that would feel safe of like, this is the guy I want to date, because how many other girls is he DMing?
But it's just it's because you didn't do it. Once you're doing it, it's like, by the way, what girl feels safe on a date? It's not like, oh, this Bumble feels super safe. I mean,
I don't know. I
not
guess
that
it's
it
like,
doesn't, but
to me, if a guy was on a dating app, they're looking to date a guy that's DMing's looking to fuck.
yeah. But once you would see that little check mark next to his name, and
Oh,
you
like
saw that he had
verified?
300,000 followers, you'd be like, well, he's got to be a good guy. Like he's got to be
Probably.
safe. Yeah, of course.
Probably.
You know what I mean? That's
He makes money.
Yeah,
That's
or-
what you think when you see the check mark,
You'd
right?
be scrolling through Bumble looking at people who wait for the bus, and then you'd be looking at Instagram of like professional athletes trying to get at you, and I think you'd go towards the professional
I don't know
athletes.
but when Cutter and I started dating, he had no money. That was not.
But he was a professional athlete.
Yeah, but he had no money. He was in the minor leagues.
Well, with you, he graduated right to the majors. Are there things in that you eat that everybody in your house thinks is gross?
Everything I eat. Everything I eat.
Like what?
All the vegetables, all the salads, all the healthy shit.
But anything that's like not where it's like, oh, you're doing like,
Avocado. None of them eat that. Oh, Cutter will eat it every once in a while, but
are there any food combinations that you eat where people are like, ew, that's fucking gross? Like, where you put something with something and they're like, or
avocado on my eggs.
that's normal.
I know, but my house thinks it's gross.
Okay. Are there is there any stuff that you eat that everyone would think is gross? Like, what is she doing? Any weird shit that you do? I've recently discovered walnuts. Ugh. And I just have a 4-pound bag of walnuts, and I stand at my counter and I can't stop eating them.
You pound them? Like, how do you limit yourself? Like,
I haven't been. No. So yeah, I'll just eat like half a pound.
Doesn't
of
your
walnuts.
mouth get like?
No.
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 Ugh, I'm not a nut fan. I don't like nuts.
I'm not a nut fan
I like
because
pistachios.
Yeah,
That's
pistachios
it.
are great. I'm not a nut fan because of what they do to my stomach and like coming out. It's not very great. But like these walnuts are a game changer. I found the
Do you eat Brazil nuts? Aren't you supposed to have a handful of Brazil
one or
nuts
two
a day?
for the selenium. Or
Oh,
something,
one or
right?
two only. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Well,
Yeah. No, I don't think people pay enough attention to me in my house to like even notice what I eat. Like, I don't think my kids even think I eat.
Are there any food combos that your kids eat or that Cutter likes that you're like, this is so gross?
No, they're so bland.
Really?
They're so
Any
simple.
of you guys eat anything crazy that you're like, oh, I know this is weird, but I love it?
Dude, ground beef, like just ground beef. But I'll like see
That's like the most
Yeah.
normal thing in the
just like ground beef. I don't know.
You put a little salt and pep.
Yeah, I'll season it.
All right.
Just like a bowl of beef. My girlfriend thinks that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'll have butter tortillas.
Oh, that's nice.
Just like butter on a tortilla and you'll eat it.
Microwave it for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
A nice snack.
To make it even soggier. Yeah, way to go. Dude, throw that in an oven. Make it a little crispy.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Well, that takes too long. Yeah.
Oh, upgrade your life, dude. You got
Nice snacks. I'm not trying to be like.
yeah,
Right,
of course.
right,
Yeah,
right.
no, butter tortillas.
I
Good if
will
you're 3
chop
years
up-
old. That's cool.
I will chop up like any type of like peppers, cucumbers, whatever, and then like apples and like berries. Like, I like to throw all that together.
I love when you're like, no, I don't eat anything weird. Then you're like, I chop up peppers with apples.
But is
That's
that-
what I was looking for, Jay.
Okay, so I'll chop up peppers, cucumbers, apples, maybe some berries, and then I'll make the salad dressing you taught me to make, which is olive oil,
Shout out me.
red wine vinegar, a little bit of honey, salt, and pepper, and then I pour that over that. And that's like a healthy snack.
I absolutely love it. That's exactly what I was.
With some
what I was
avocado
looking
too,
for.
probably, and some pistachios. That's weird, probably. Is that a weird combo? Tastes great. Don't knock it till you try it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good. You should show up with a bowl of that on the next pod and just be eating it.
I'm such a disgusting eater.
You
can't
used to eat
have
on our
video
old
footage.
pod. You used to eat on our old pod all the time.
I
We got
did.
complaints.
Well,
and-
we
yeah.
did?
Oh, constantly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what would they
Tell
say?
Jamie to shut him out. Like, yeah.
Really?
Oh, they hated it.
Wait,
You
I
would have
need
a
to
whole
know-
box of like Reese's peanut butter cups and just be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I watched something about doing a podcast in a sweatshop just made me want to eat all the
Yeah,
time.
and people would be like, "It's 1 hour a week. You can't not eat for 1 hour."
I
They
couldn't.
just get really upset.
Something about. Well, we literally would record 12 to 2. It's like lunchtime.
That's when you would. That I feel like that's when you give like the kindest looks to people when they bring you food. Like if you ask somebody for like a coffee at the studio, or somebody's like, if you're like, "Hey, can you bring me that?" and somebody brings you like those bars that you like at the studio, you're like, "Thank you,"
Because
so
I
much."
am very grateful.
You're very grateful,
I
yeah, when
am.
somebody brings you.
I am.
Listen, we've hit our time. Poroso's House,
Oh,
thank you
wow.
for,
Yes,
for
thanks
having
for
us.
having
This was
us.
fantastic. They're thrilled. We
Didn't even know we were here.
I enjoy doing this pod so much. I enjoy it even more when the boys are in the room. I like
know,
the
this is
vibe. We've
nice.
set up the studio in a new way where we can see the boys, and it's like I think we at least need the flip flop where it's like one we got the boys in, one we not having you guys. Like it feels like you guys are gone when we're doing the pod now.
Set it up so we're out there.
Yeah, it feels like we're doing.
Well, I think because it also feels like they're not paying attention to us when they're in. Like it just feels
that's
like
because Annie's on his phone, and that
now they have to
usually-
stare at us. They can't look at their phones while we're doing this. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, they feel rude.
We
if they're
actually
not
have
paying
their attention right now.
Yeah, And the best is when sometimes when we're doing the pod and they leave the mic up in the back, and it's like, damn, I'm hungry. Like you hear them talking about stuff, and you're like, guys, we're fucking. I know it's a small pod, but we're performing here.
See, potting makes you hungry. It's
Yeah,
not just
potting
me.
does. Poroso's House, thank you for having us.
thank you so
What, when,
much.
where? Is that who we also think? When, where, what? Thank you.
We got some action.
Thank you for having us. Oh yeah, wow! It's gonna be. Somebody's got to walk us out of here. We
We're
need
gonna go get
security
some
because
swag.
man,
gonna
those
go
are
get
our
some-
biggest. Those are our people. Yeah.
I think that I don't know. I like their vibe. They look cool.
Cutter's sleeping.
Good
which
for
is
him.
Cool.
Good for him.
It's been a time, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we love you, Austin.